Y'all want to what are we doing?
We're gonna build a outdoor kitchen table area so I can grill over there and prep and wash my hands. So we're doing an outdoor sink. Right here I have an old sink basin that's 22 inches. We're gonna make a 24-inch wide countertop, about 36 inches high, with a little drawer for a cooler. So it's custom built, 100%. I didn't even draw a picture. So we're gonna start.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
And the concept here is going to be 2x4s for the rails and 4x4s for the legs. And then we have 3/4 inch standard plywood for the top and for the lower shelf. And then on one side of it, we're going to cut a hole out for the sink to go in. Well, you want to cut it on the edge.
Oh yeah.
Just plug it in. What's that moving?
It's not tight enough?
Do you not have a little thing to lock it down?
So I did.
You thought you did?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
Does it flip down or something? What's this right here?
Oh yeah, that. So much better.
So we're gonna have 4 foot wide. So we cut each of the 2x4s 48 inches. It's gonna give us our long rails, and then these smaller 2x4s, we're gonna have a 2 foot depth of the table. But to account for the actual long rails, the thickness of those 2x4s, we cut them down by 3 inches total. So instead of 24 inches, we did 21-inch cuts. And then for this is going to be the legs, and we're measuring these up to 35 inches from the factory edge on either side. And we're going to cut it off here, and then we're going to have the 4 legs, and we'll just attach the 2x4 frame to the outside edges of the legs. That's the plan.
Smoothest one yet. We got some deck mate screws, so they're good for outside. All right, so we have a box. Now we just have to put our legs in it. So we're going to lay this upside down, plop our legs with the factory edge down, and screw it to the 4x4s. We're good. What happened? Hold the tape measure up here. Here.
What's the fucking Kermit the Frog asked me?
Can't see my stupid line.
The top, obviously, we still have to put on here. I think we may want to sand this down some because it's not quite even here. You can tell.
This leg's not on the ground.
Yeah, the legs where we cut them, where we didn't do a very good job. They're a little haphazard as well. This one might need a shim. I'm not really sure. So it's coming out about like I expected it would.
It's good.
Which is, you know, mediocre to okay. And strong enough that it won't fall apart, and
It just may wobble. We'll be able
bad
to make
enough that it
adjustments.
would make an actual carpenter very sad. but you know, we're not carpenters, so we'll figure it out.
I'm gonna do a reaction video for my carpenter, like have him come here and we'll record his
let
reaction.
him check it out.
Yeah, when
See,
we're done.
in other words, a disappointment.
And then we'll
video.
show him how we made it.
Yeah, and he'll yell at you.
Yeah, he's like, it's not gonna work.
Okay, so we have the kind of the frame assembled. It's basically very basic. We just wrap the boards around some 4x4 posts. And it's pretty sturdy. We're gonna try and maybe sand some of these posts down a little bit. And then we have some 3/4 inch plywood that we can mount to the top and then cut out a hole for the sink and then create a shelf for the bottom. We're gonna have to notch out the wood. So. You have a saw on?
I do, but it's Ryobi battery and my battery's dead.
So you've been planning this for 2 weeks and you couldn't charge the battery?
That was a fucking guy. They're trying to put this together. What? Trying to put this together around the storm. Geniuses.
I mean, it's not my table.
Oh, look at all that lightning.
How you put this on?
That's not gonna work.
I want to see how deep it is.
It's gonna be on the edge of this.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not gonna work. I'll hold it up. Let's see. You think it's gonna go through?
Yeah. Look, where's the power cord? Plug it in. Let's try this. Let's see what it does.
Yeah, well, now you're just wasting everyone's time.
No, it's gonna break. It'll break the blade.
You think? Sometimes you just gotta let them make their own mistakes.
All right. So it's early.
I'm doing my best. I drew out a template by having this thing upside down on here. I know I'm gonna run into some problems. So I'm keeping it low enough for my holes here, maybe. So I'm gonna cut basically the bowl out. So I'm hopefully got it lined up pretty good. I measured it. So I'm gonna drill a couple of circles here and then use a jigsaw to cut it all out. So let's see what we got. All right, got my sunglasses. That's the best I can do. Can't find my other ones. You're in. And it's progress. I have a little bit of a work area. Not a lot. Now I have to cut these holes out for the sink so I can mount the faucet into the basin. We're gonna do this right up here.
Okay, today we're trying to tackle the chore of hooking up the plumbing for this outdoor sink that we've been working on. So here's our mess we have going right now. It should be fairly obvious that we're not plumbers, so we're kind of fumbling through it, but here's the contraption that we've worked out so far. So we have a regular sink to the downpipe there into an S-trap so that we can run down into this cleanout. We bought this little device to kind of sit inside a drain cleanout, and it accepts a garden hose attachment. So the goal is to be able to set up this drain assembly down to a PVC assembly that then attaches to a garden hose. So we got some adapters and connectors. It's a pretty convoluted setup, and most of the people at Home Depot were very confused about what we were trying to do and why. And we learned that 1/2-inch pipe for a sink is not the same as a 1/2-inch PVC pipe, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because I thought a 1/2 inch was a 1/2 inch, but or 1.5 inches is what we're using. So we'll see if we can actually get these things connected and get the water flowing in the right direction, and hopefully it doesn't back up too much when we do. So we'll see what kind of catastrophe we create with this.
Is it on?
No, I'll turn it back off.
We'll turn it on. We need it on anyways. Let's test it out. And then we'll open this up.
It's definitely leaking. It seems less.
Yeah, watch it. Well, that's this hose.
It's leaking quite a bit.
Yeah. So let's see what happens with the sink. I see water going through stuff. Oh, we have water. And we have no leaks yet in here. That's good.
You can attach the sink.
Oh, wait, let's squirting out the other sink. Don't turn it that way.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to.
There's one flaw in the program. How did you not attach it?
When I can. No, it's a tag. What are you talking about?
Oh, the other
It's
guy.
only one water. I don't have two. I can probably get like a cap or something.
Yeah, plug that off. All right, so here's what we ended up with. Just I think this is part of the. Was this part of the P trap, the S trap?
No.
Or this is a down pipe.
That's a down pipe.
A down pipe right from the drain, and then into this little rubber flanger because the pipes aren't the same diameter for some reason. And then to a 3/4. I think it's 1.5 inch to 3/4 reducer, and then that's this piece, and then this is a 3/4 threaded to non-threaded, a little piece of 3/4 inch pipe to connect them, and then this little adapter we got in the sprinkler section, which is a 3/4 inch pipe to a garden hose threading, because apparently those threads are different as well. And then our garden hose,
we're using that as a garden hose.
yeah, we don't have a P-trap anymore, but we have a coil of garden hose, which essentially should operate the same, I would think. And then to this little RV connector that goes onto a cleanout that just kind of sits in there. And then when we're not going to use it anymore, you can just lift it out,
Put our cap.
and then put the cap back on, and then we're good to go. So that's where we're at. I think we're fairly happy with it. If we need to glue anything up, we will. Right now, it's very temporary.
The only thing we might need to glue is
Right here where the
this
PVC
piece
is.
here.
This will be tightened down enough here, and this seals itself, so we should be pretty good.
Grit sandpaper, sanding the surface. So we need to seal it. It's pressure treated, but it's been sitting out in the elements, and it's looking a little bad. So
How long has it been out here for?
At least more than a month.
It's been like a year.
Probably a year.
It's a year.
So we just put on the bottom base, made a little hole, as you saw. So now we have a shelf, but now it's time to sand it. I got some water sealer that we're going to put on it after this, and we're done with the project.
And you can see what happens to the wood if it's not treated. This is pressure treated wood, right?
Yeah, pressure.
When you bought it?
Yep.
But we didn't do anything to seal it at the time, and it's been somewhere between 6 months and a year, and it's getting pretty crusty. So we're going to try and sand it down and put a water seal finish on it and see if that'll hold up a little longer in the sun.
All right, here's our final progress. Everything's staying with the Olympic WaterGuard transparent wood stain sealer. So now it's just got to dry. It's not perfect, but it's better than leaving it empty. But we sanded it, put the stain on it, so it should be sealed up and much better protected.